So let's look at this ideal scenario that I have drawn up for the first 10 years of your career. I have split it up into two parts, 5 years first and then the next 5 years. So everybody knows whoever has earned in the first 5 years, it's very hard to save and you are just enjoying your financial freedom. So you want to spend more and don't want to look at savings which can come after 10 years maybe. So that's why I have just skewed this a little bit for the first 5 years so you can have all the money to spend. Maximum 75% or 65%, 60% to spend, and only the rest you can put it into a savings account. So our candidate here, employee here, starts with 60K of income and then every year goes up to 80K by the end of the fifth year. So by the end of fifth year, he has earned 350K, out of which he has spent 227K, and there he has saved around 123K. Now from the 6th to the 10th year is where the 50% saving rules comes in. So now you can only spend 50% of what you are earning, and the rest of it you have to save it up. So you have to change your make changes to your lifestyle, and also be very consistent with saving your money and not just spending on something on impulse buys and suddenly taking out of your savings fund. So if you are able to do that for the next 5 years, then at the end of 10 years you have saved you have earned 1.1 million, and out of that 500 you have saved and 600 you have spent. So you have a cool $500,000 sitting in your account out of 10 years of work. And this is just an average guy. So this is actually a use case I've taken from one of my known people in the US. And this is actually for a very average growth in salary. So the top part is even bound, so it can mean millions. And conversely, the bottom part can also be like half of this. Maybe at the end of 10 years, you are only able to save only 100K or 200K. So once you've got this savings part cleared, now let me unhide these cells. So in this savings part there is two parts. So you have to keep in your mind there are two parts. One is the cash in hand, that is your runway. So for every year of service, you should have a 1 month of salary as cash saved up. So if you are in your fifth year, you should have 5 months salary at that income point. And if you're at your 10th year of income, 10th year salary, you should have 10 months of salary for runway. This helps in making job changes easy, because as you grow senior, you will need more time. That's why companies give big severance packages to senior resources, senior executives, and it can very well run into 2 years or 4 years of base pay. So similarly, you also have to save up for the cash for the number of months that you have been working, for the 1 month, for a month for every year that you're working. So if it is 10 years, you have saved up 10 months of your salary in hand. This is cash. So this has to be liquid. This cannot go into any kind of long-term funds. So this should be in a bank account or maybe in a debt fund, which is like immediately and cashable. The rest of it can go into your stocks or mutual funds or long-term bonds. So here I have broken it up in the first year by the end of the fifth year. So you're you're having 8 to 10%, you are going to put in the cash part of it, and 16 to 34% will go in the stocks or equities, your actual investment portfolio. So your portfolio will be growing by 16, and in the next 5 years you will have so your cash part will become 12 to 23%. This will increase the cash part. You have to start saving more for the cash part. And on the index side, it will be like it will get lesser, so it will reduce from 37 to 26%, and 33K to 60K. So if you do this right, after 10 years, ideally you should have $500,000 in your savings, in your cash, plus your funds portfolio. So this is one way of looking at it, and I have given some real life numbers. So you can change these numbers according to the kind of salary you are earning or you are expecting to earn, and then arrive at the final value of how much you can save, and also look at the percentages, look at the not only the absolute value but also the percentages of like how much you are earning. If you are earning 1.1 mil in 10 year, then how much you're saving. You should be able to save 500. You should be 500 is a very good number. If you can save more, fine, you have frugal style of living, I appreciate that. But you can definitely have some weekends off, go on some world tours, and make since you're earning, so you should be able to enjoy your money also on a regular period, because I don't believe it is that you to be saved for some retirement fund and when you are 60 or when you're 50 then you'll be able to enjoy it. So it should not be like that. I ideally believe that every 5 years you should take a vacation year, so you should save up for that year, and then that year you go pursue other things which are like your interests other than your job. You should be interested, motivated in your job as well, but for a year you can also look at other things, and maybe a startup idea will come, or you can pursue other things. So if you have a good runway, this cash part of it, if you have a good runway, you can take those risks. So this will make it very easy for you to make the jump. So this is a good summary on the finances. This is just a top level dive down, and you can go into each of these points, and you will learn more if you look into personal finance and other things.